Hello, Soul Tribe Collective. Thank you for tuning in. You are tuned into Esoteric Guidance, and my name is Nehru. We are going to continue through our What's Your Aura book written by Mystic Mishala. Okay. Currently, we are about 2/3 of the way through the book, and we are on the action part of manifesting and understanding the relationship side. So this section is going to be pretty fun because we're going to, I think, do some kind of mock dating kind of thing or something. So that should be pretty fun. We are in chapter 7. That might be significant for your journey. You might be a Life Path 7, born on the 7th, or have some other significant reference or energetic connection to 7. Okay. So the first is on page 174. Again, those numbers might be significant for you. Do a first date self-analysis. Whether it's been a while, it's been a couple of years for me. I'm celibate, okay, and have been for a couple of years since my last date. Whether it's been or last person I dated, I guess you could say. Whether it's been a while or is something you do often, first dates can be very energetically enlightening. The energy you project to a person you wish to connect with while on a first date can be intended one way by you or interpreted completely different by the other party. By the way, Soul Tribe Collective, I have to laugh at how I'm looking at the back of this book and it says discover your true colors. Okay, see that? So I am looking or thinking at the timing of this all as we discover our true colors. Confirmation with the double knock. I am looking at this and just amazed at the timing of the universe and divine source. So as we get ready to, many of us, the majority of us, in fact, on this platform, listening subscribers or returning listeners, at the synchronicity of it all, Most High, having me share this book, and us being at this chapter, at this time, okay, and the year of exposure and truth, the year of 8, the year of 24, the year of Mamba, the year of 888, okay? I think it's all just so synchronistic. I guess synchronicity either is or isn't, but when you say so synchronistic, right? But I think it's beautiful music. Discover your true colors, okay? So, yeah, I just got that strong sense just now, just how I don't know, just how it's all lining up. Okay. Looked at the timer, it was 4:09. There might be something about 4:09, 49, 94, 9:04. If you are a yellow aura, you might intend to be curious, but some come off more intrusive. Or you could feel so uncomfortable talking about yourself that you exude a mysterious and shy vibration, as a blue aura can sometimes do. Thinking about the energetic first impressions you give in a romantic setting is a strong lens through which to see your auric energy at work and a first step toward adapting behavior for more successful dates in the future. Okay? And we're going to get into the take action section here in a moment. So it's definitely going to be interesting for me whenever that first date in some years comes along. Whenever that happens, it's definitely going to be interesting. I am much more attuned now and acute, whatever word, to all that is going on around me now. Okay? And I thought I paid attention before my dark night of the soul. Okay? And what I call my great awakening this lifetime. Okay? And ascension. Before that, I thought I was pretty awake. If someone had said, "Hey, just like here, scale 1 to 10, 10 being exceptionally home run every day, out of the park, grand slam, lights out, hit the buzzer beater every time, right? And 0 being completely empty, missed every time, barren tree, barren land, nothing going your way, scum of the earth feeling. Like, where are you? Where do you feel you are, right? I would say a strong 8. Okay? I would say a strong 8. However, after the Great Awakening, okay, and again the Dark Night of the Soul, after going through that process, ego death, after going through that process, okay, and that's 3 separate processes, at least for me it was. After going through those processes, confirmation with the 3 knocks. Again, the more I know, the more I realize I don't. Really. As far as what the mind can recollect. You know what I mean? As far as that's concerned, the more I know intrinsically, esoterically, the more I realize the I does not know. I don't, the me does not know, the mind does not know. Okay. But I would have thought I was pretty sharp. I was pretty much on it. I was already prophesying. I was already healing myself and others, and I was already, yeah, right. But then came along a hoodwink and a bamboozlement. If bamboozlement is a word. And there was a 5-year delay, or 5-year detour, I would say. Not, it was a delay too. 5-year detour delay. Okay? So, life is, it's constantly teaching the flesh something. Constantly teaching your unconsciousness something. Okay? So think about a time you were on a first date. What were your fears? What were you excited about? How did you feel you acted out your own energy to the other person? How do you think, do you think their perspective of you aligned with what you intended to show them? So, these are all very good questions. I can't say I really ever had any fears on a first date. I've done blind dates before. I've done friend setups before, mutual friend type setups before on a blind date. I've done meeting offline meeting offline and or online and then meeting in person at some point shortly after. Um, yeah, yeah. So um, I've even dated someone that I met in a club once. And in fact, in my lower vibrational intuitive self, I thought this person was a very good match. And in fact, probably, perhaps, in the top two of my matches during the first jubilee of my life, the first 50 years of my life. Again, not quite there, Mark. I'm about a month and a half away, but we're pretty close. We're in a ballpark. And there might be something about a ballpark. I haven't been to a baseball game in a long time. To me, that is America's favorite pastime is ballpark, hot dogs. I don't eat hot dogs. I haven't had a hot dog in a long time, long time. I haven't had a hot dog in ages. By choice. But yeah. So it's been a couple years. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So anyway, in regards to the three nut confirmation, um, yeah, never nervous, never fearful. Mm, I can say one time I've been surprised that I was going on a date with with whatever person at the moment. I could say that. So there have been a couple of those where I was like, oh, she said yes, you know, or that type of thing, or maybe they showed the first interest first, or first showed interest first, and I was like, oh, hmm, wow, you know. I remember I got a boost in confidence one time, and I may have shared this story last year, probably sometime at the early on when I started the channel. But I remember, um, I remember kind of feeling like I never, I never, I never. This might sound I don't know who listens and who doesn't listen to the channel. So again, I have friends or those who I was once in communication with and have known for many years, maybe even decades. I'm not in communication with any of them today. I don't know who of them knows I have a channel and listens in or not. It's 10:01 on the timer, 10:01, or actually on the video, it was actually 13:49. But it's 10:01 on the actual time, Mountain Standard Time. And it's 83 degrees. Wow. So there you go, 11. Timing, confirmation. So, yeah, yeah. Where was I going with that thought process? Shoot, I forgot where I was going with that thought process. Anyway, um, so yeah. So anyway, next question is, how do you feel you acted on? I'm always a gentleman. That's my thing. I'm always again chivalry is by it's like very much alive. And in fact, women have said you don't have to do that. You don't have to do. You don't have to. You don't have to. 107, 111. Okay, seeing that number. Um, you don't have to do whatever all the time, every time, whatever, right? Opening the door, stuff like that. So, if anything, I lean that way. Um, yeah, yeah. So, um, reflect on the ways in which your first date behavior and intentions connect to your aura and how you can see things differently if you look at them from another perspective. So I remember a first date that I went on, and I would, during this stretch, I remember stepping out for the first time on dating in like 7 years. I had not dated for like 6 or 7 years at a stretch. And during that time, I remember um, deciding to go online. And I was on like eHarmony, okay, which promotes Christian. Don't even get me started with what Christianity means and Christian and what it means to be a Christian. But anyway, it promotes and propagates itself as a Christian dating website. Let me just tell you again, just like the devil goes to church, the devil goes to dating websites too. And the devil creates profiles on those dating websites. Um, and so, yep, the devil can wear Prada. The devil doesn't always have to wear. I was trying to think of a man's brand. I don't know. Um, but a man doesn't always, yeah, right? So it's energy. So, yeah, yeah. And this individual, when we got back to my place, they commenced to try, and I was getting ready to um, get out of the vehicle, and they commenced to trying to tell me to come here because there was a pimple on my face and they wanted to bust it, or a blackhead or something, right? And I'm like, yeah, okay, let's not. Okay, that was a no. Then, and this is like in a span of like 8 weeks, I went on like 7 first dates, and I did not go on a second first date with any of them. None of them. Okay, and I was on dialysis at this time during that time, and one of them asked me, or actually maybe more than one, a couple of them asked me, and it's fair. It was a fair question. If being on dialysis um, affected um, erections. Okay. And I was like, no, it doesn't. Good to know where you're aiming and what your intentions are, but no, it doesn't. I'm glad you asked, right? And nothing happened with any of them, needless to say. So again, so those no, I'm sorry, it was like 4 dates in 8 weeks. It was like four, yeah, it was like one every other week or something like that. It was something crazy. It was like one a week or one something like that. It was crazy. And so one tried to bust a pimple on my nose, or a blackhead, or whatever, something on my face that she thought was whatever. Another one, okay, and I remember this one went to, uh, did we do, I think we did a park and ice cream or something like that. And we might have gone to dinner or down to lunch too. It was, I remember daytime, so it was, yeah, maybe lunch. And she gets a phone when we're at the ice cream parlor, ice cream shop, and she says, "Excuse me for 1 second." She answers the phone, and evidently it was her kids. Okay, this woman And I don't know how old her kids were. I forget. I don't even want to guess how old. Younger than younger than 25. They were a small child. For her to be cussing at them like this, right? And she went off. I mean, when I say went off, she went, I told your sorry ass, don't be. I mean, she just went in on her kids. And I was listening like, wow, wow. So, yeah, let's go ahead and end that evening, and yeah, let's. I wish you all the best. She got mad at me when I asked her about the way that she spoke to her children. She got mad at me, right? She got upset. So again, there was no second date there, and she got mad about that. So she had a temperament problem. She got mad at even the fact that there was no second date and the fact that I was shocked at the way that she was speaking to her kids. So anyway, yeah, right. So understanding how you see yourself versus how others may perceive you is helpful insight in your journey to becoming your most authentic self, both in and out of relationships. Okay. Next section is start a club. It's easy to lose track of where people are when everyone is so busy. Deeper conversations can take more time and aren't always feasible to keep up. Just because you can't communicate with all the people you love doesn't mean you don't want to. Creating an online meetup with a goal such as a book, movie, or fitness club is one way you can keep in contact without the upkeep of individual conversations. Letting your friends take turns choosing the goals for your scheduled meetups will be a very uh, oracly will be very oracly revealing. I agree. That's a great idea. You may find indigo auras choosing the insightful reads for a book discussion and the yellow auras suggesting a recipe exchange. Having fun conversations about these topics gives everyone the connection they crave and the energetic insight into one another. Where are we at with time? 22, 23 minutes exactly. Choose a club. Okay, so this is the take action section. So choose a club and determine this month's goal and meetup. Create a schedule for who is in charge of each month's meeting and allow ample time for discussions and planning. Have fun. How do you feel connected to your friends through this activity? What do you notice about their aura colors and their points of view? See if you can discuss it among them. See if they can discuss it among themselves. Okay. So one of the things that I want to implement in my to be manifested family is if on no other day, and we could do something monthly, it's 10:11 on the time. It's 10:11. Um, and again, that number is significant. I've been seeing 10:11, 12:13, and 9:10, 11:12. I've been seeing those two numbers back to back like that for several days now. Okay. And it's still 83 degrees and 11. So one of the things that I've been wanting to do, or that I want to do, is specifically for the Sabbath. So for Saturdays, and early on it'll obviously just be me and my me and my bride, but is implementing in the morning, the first part of the day, devoted to family activities of some sort, expanding our minds or and interacting in some way together. Okay. Um, And and so interesting. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I was just hearing something from energetically, I guess. But when when that time comes to implement something that is dedicated to that, whether that is the first part of the day is spent creating. Okay, so it could be scrapbook, it could be painting, it could be meditative activities, chakra activities, energetic activities. It could be nature walks, and it could be anything. But as a family, as a collective, on the Sabbath, the first part of the day, and it could consume all of the day, right? But the first part of the day to be that something that's dedicated for that reason, or dedicated to that reason. Okay, so you've loved many people throughout your life from different seasons and times. Your relationships, past, present, and future, can feel scattered and hard to keep up with. Having a meetup for everyone and allowing your authentic, energetic selves to take the lead with some group goals is a great way to continue to get to know them. Okay. All right. And the next thing is revisiting past relationships, which I highly caution against. We'll see where Mystic Michelle is going with this. Some relationships come into our lives and don't work out for one reason or another. Thinking about the exes in your life and reflecting upon their imperfections and incompatibilities is a normal part of breakup reflection. And yeah, it is. And necessary. Or at least it should be. Another way to look at it is not focusing on what was wrong with them or the relationship, but considering what your needs were at the time you chose them. Okay? And so again, this is another level up in our understanding about angelic beings, earth angels, light workers, star seeds, those functioning in our highest, purest, truest light, coming into conflict, coming into communication with, coming into connection with karmic energies and loving romantic relationships. So why does this happen? Even if they're false, why does this happen? And everyone gets an opportunity to heal their karmic bloodlines. And this is why these relationships and car crashes, right? Head-on collisions, this is why they happen energetically. This is why they happen. To give opportunity for, it's 1016, give opportunity for that. For two people, as it is through the pupils, two people, or in layman's terms, two people coming together to show the other what they need to heal in order for energetically them to go to the next level, to graduate to the next level. What is necessary? Well, this is what's necessary. Virgo and Capricorn, for instance. Let me grab some water. This is what's necessary. Okay? And so that is what that individual, this is what every individual shows up to show us. Okay? But at moments when great awakenings are necessary, okay? And we are confirmation with whatever that was. I don't even know what that. I don't even know what that was. Um, and that's why that shows up. Whether we realize that as at that point in time as the dark night of the soul opportunity or window or not, most of us don't. Okay. So, um, a blue aura who is too shy to speak up may choose a partner who never seems to stop talking. A red aura is used to taking charge, may constantly be dating partners who don't seem to be able to get their lives together. Mindfully following the past romantic connections in your life can lead you to priceless insight for future connections. Again, I love the relationship part of life and what it can reveal. Because each and every relationship, if you look at each and every relationship as a teacher, as an instructor, as a professor, they're here to teach you something. Each and every relationship, no matter how horrible or how wonderful, no matter how it ended or how it started, every relationship is here to teach you something. From the one who birthed you, to the one who gave the sperm, to the ones that came through that same process of the same source as you, so you're the same parents as you or not, or whatever, however, same mother, father, both, whichever, all right, whatever, all of it comes into your energetic space to show you something, good, bad, or ugly. Okay? And so I started doing this a long time ago when I was still, I was going to say frivolously dating, because there's nothing wrong with socially dating and, and just, there's nothing wrong with that. I guess in the same way that there's nothing wrong with credit cards. Right. So there's nothing wrong with credit cards, but most people mismanage them eventually, if not from the start. And so typically, even if you start out with the right mind in the whole social dating thing, it's tough to hold yourself to those things long term. So that's what I mean. That's why it might be better to just stay away from the dating scene for quite some time. And there may be some of you who have done that, such as myself, right? And 2 years isn't a long time to be out of the dating scene. There are men and women who haven't dated for far, far longer than that. Um, and same thing with the celibacy. There are men or women who I chat with people online who've been celibate for 10 years, yeah. So it's yeah. Um, there's a siren. So yeah. All right. Let's see. Reflect thoughtfully. This is the take action. Reflect thoughtfully on your exes, okay? And what did you learn from them, okay? And again, I've learned to do that a long time ago. It was 34:14 on the time on a video timer, and 10:22 on the actual clock. Um, everyone taught me a lesson, okay? The woman, the woman that I met, the lady that I dated, she's a lady. Uh, Externally, yeah, she's a lady. So, so there's a difference between a girl, a woman, a female, and a lady, just in case you want to know. But she would be considered the pick of the litter, let's say. Confirmation with that golf. Okay? And there might be something about Devontae. And that was one where I was surprised that she said yes. But getting her, if you will, so us dating one another, showed me that I could get the hot chick. Okay? That I could get the one that everybody else wanted. Okay? I had not had that, and this is nothing against the women that I dated, and I had one marriage prior to that. There's nothing against the women that I dated, the one woman that I married. There's nothing against any of them, right? They were nice looking women too. Okay? But yeah, and again, you all understand what I'm saying. Okay? So I have a comparison in my mind to make. Maybe I should make it with that dog bark. Right? So, okay. So let me make it. All right. And again, this is nothing against this person, right? Nothing against them whatsoever. Okay? But it's the difference between dating Kevin Hart and dating Shamar Moore. Again, there's nothing wrong with Kevin Hart. Okay? There's nothing wrong with him, right? He's a great guy. There's nothing wrong with him, right? There's nothing wrong with him, right? Looks, personality-wise, or whatever. At least this is me from the externally, right? Hypothetical. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But physically speaking, and that's why I'm speaking, because that's how I'm comparing this woman, right? So that taught me that I could get the catch. Okay? So that helped my confidence. That helped my solar plexus chakra. Okay? There have been other. Yeah, there was another situation. Another situation. That's what there was. Another situation. Okay? Where I worked with someone. Also, I worked with that person as well. These are not good. Get involved with someone you work with. At least marry them. You know what I mean? Don't. That's not a good idea long term to date someone that you work with. If maybe that's what's coming for a lot of us. Maybe that's what's coming for a lot of us. Is a divine femme, divine masculine. Cohesive collective union that covers both the spiritual and the physical wealth side, meaning you both will work together spiritually and in business, not just spiritually. Okay? So that might be coming for us. But I would much rather amen to that, yes to that. Okay? As opposed to dating long term with a coworker. That just doesn't end well in most cases. Even if it means one ends up leaving, the company. It just does. That's not good, long term. So yeah. So again, collective confirmation with the 3 knocks. I wasn't gonna say this. So okay. So if this opportunity comes to you, collective, it may first start out as a business opportunity and then lead to love. Let me tell you, If your intuition tells you that this is the way to go, it's 10:27 on the timer. 28 might be significant for your journey, or January 27th may be significant for your journey. Okay? Or 7:21, or right? 2:17. 2:17 is Michael Jordan's birthday. 7:21 is 333. Okay? So, also, 2:17 is Carrie Fong's birthday. That was my prom queen. She passed on to 12/7. 12/7 of 17. 12/7 of 17. Exactly 4 months after my kidney transplant. Okay. 4 months after. I think I said that right. So, yeah. So if that's how it happens, divine masculines and divine feminines, if that's how it happens, if you do not know which one you are, you need to discover that, okay? If you need help with that, you can email me at theencourager333@gmail.com. Okay? Or you can obviously you can do your own due diligence, of course. So where was I at? I forgot what it was. That happens frequently, as you all can see. Okay. So yeah. So anyway, reflecting on the lessons that you've learned from the past. Again, I said it the other day in our collective reading. Make note of, I typically have attracted daddy's girls. Okay. And I've also attracted women who are the go-to for their families. Okay, so they handle their parents' taxes, they handle the family's taxes, they handle the trusts, the wills, the family business. If the family has a business, they are daddy's girls. They are the go-getters. They are the alphas of the siblings. They are I typically have attracted that kind of woman. It didn't matter what her race was. I've dated a Korean Portuguese. I've dated two Latinas. I've dated a Caucasian German. I've dated a brown American. I've dated Caucasian American. I've dated, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They all fall into that category of woman or lady. Okay? Some of them were women, some of them were ladies. Okay? Or are, I guess, if they're still physically with us. Okay? And by the way, I was not always sunshines and rainbows in all those relationships. Okay? In my first marriage, okay, I attempted to live the lifestyle. It was highly unsuccessful. That Kevin was living, which was a polygamous lifestyle. That didn't work. Ironically, the woman that I was married to left me for the polygamist. Left me for the sperm. Well, he's not my sperm donor. That's been pretty much confirmed. I need to just go ahead and just start saying that the man who I grew up thinking was my father actually is not. Kevin is not my father. I need to just go ahead and say that, right? Because the PI or whoever, the FBI, somebody, DNA, something's already proven it. Like so yeah, I need to just go ahead and say that. But anyway, so yeah, right. So, I don't know. But yeah, I've looked at every relationship Every single relationship. And there has been a lesson in every last one, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of the continent I was on, regardless of the occupation I was in or they was in, or my age, their age. Lessons, 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 lessons. The first lesson of do not chase was taught to me, as I recall, was taught to me by the same woman I dated who was the catch. Let's call her the catch. Okay? And I chased her for a couple of months before I stopped and realized that she was giving me nothing anymore. Nothing. And this is 20 years ago. No, 2019. Yeah, 18. Something like that. 18 years ago. Yeah, 19, 18, somewhere around there. Years ago. Those numbers might be significant for you. It's 1033. Okay, 133, 1033. And 85 degrees. And 46, again, 4609 on the timer. I looked at the video timer, 4609, in the collective tarot reading this morning, and just now, 4609. I was 46 years old and 9 months when I began my awakening, my dark night of the soul. And I wrote down in my journal, I've been asleep for 46 years and 9 months. At that time, I wrote it down. Thank you, Most High, for bringing me this far. Thank you, universe, ancestors. I'm getting some artisan something. Maybe someone's a chef, someone's a cook, someone's, yeah, a chef. Thank you. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll finish up here. Again, I'm feeling very wordy today. I'm feeling very talkative, as you can see. Okay. Thinking of one of these issues, ask yourself, what are the common standout issues that made the relationships crumble? Okay. So for me, one of mine, I know for me, again, so in every area, in every dimension of life, it's the same. 48 minutes and 10 seconds. It's the same. So I mean that with this example. In the natural, whatever you are deprived of the most is the very thing that you need to give yourself to flip your script. In most cases, that answer is self-love. In most cases, that will answer everything and open up the beginning to most every new journey. And self-awakening is self-love. Okay? No matter what form it might appear in the natural. In the natural, it might be a physical abuse, verbal abuse, sexual abuse, mental abuse that you endured as a child. But all of it is a lack of love. Maybe your parents did not express they loved you. They didn't say it. So you grew up in a house where they didn't say I love you. So you say it, but it's fairly meaningless and empty because you don't know exactly what that is. Or perhaps as a child, that was tainted because you were touched inappropriately by someone you trusted, your family trusted, your mother or father, right? Someone trusted you in the hands of this individual. Maybe you tried to bring something to someone's attention and they did not believe you as a child. And that left a scar. That left wounds. Okay? Whatever it is, it all stems from a lesson that we need to learn and life trying to show us something. So the person that comes against you on the job for no reason is also the demon energy in the next level, the demon energy that comes against you, which is also the energy that chased you from your previous lifetime. So that on that level, and then another level from your previous lifetime, which is also the same energy that underlived you in your previous lifetime. So it's just another mirror and another mirror, right? Until, or layer, not mirror, until you get to, or yes, in a way a mirror, until you get to that place where what you see with your eyes is what you see with your eye. Confirmation with the overhead fly. 1039, 139. Okay? That's a 40, and it's 85 degrees. That's a 40. Okay? Maybe somebody drinks 40s. That's gross. Beer is not very appealing to me. That's just my own opinion. I don't mean gross like you're gross for drinking it. I don't mean that. Yeah, it's okay. To each his own, right? Although I love a great Guinness stout. I like a good. I like that good. I like that. I like that beer. Right? That's when I'll drink. But just typical stuff. No, I don't. Budweiser and Michelob, and I don't. Nah, that stuff's not me. Um, Hey, some Jägermeister. That stuff's pretty strong, but someone might be German that you're dealing with, or you might be German who's listening in. So, we'll finish up the last part of this, and then we'll be done for the day. Again, this one ran a little long because it's relationships, and again, I'm talkative. Again, that's just me. That's what we're gearing up for, collective. For those of you who are resonating with the tarot current energy that I'm sharing on this channel, we're getting back into it. There might be something about MC, the initials MCH, MC, or a hammer, okay? Or the karmics are learning that they can't touch this, and they're learning who's too legit to quit. Whether it's karmic energy that you know directly, or karmic energy and that was once part of your soul tribe collective, I just heard, or karmic energy that is of the secret society, Masons, Skull and Bones, right? Those who run in MK Ultra and other programs. Okay. Let's see. Thinking of one of these issues, ask yourself what part of you initially ignored or was okay with it and why. Okay? So again, time together, that's one of my things. For me, honestly, I blame myself in part for every relationship that ended. Okay, because obviously I was the other part of the relationship, so it'd be ignorant of me to be like, nope, that was her fault. Nope, that was all her fault. Nope, she did that. Nope, that was all your fault. That's impossible. I'm feeling like an Einstein equation coming on, or like some far off something or other equation. But it scientifically, I want to say, scientifically, energetically, it's impossible for you to be one of the ingredients and not to be either a reason why it is yummy or it is gross. It is impossible for you to be a part of the recipe and not accept the truth about you being part of the reason why it is yummy or it is gross or disgusting. And I do not have a psychology or psychiatrist. I'm not either one of those. Spiritually, I am, but not on paper. But you cannot do that. Equation is incomplete without, you cannot do that, right? So don't try to pull blood from the turnip. You can't do that. Okay. So you have to take accountability. So I recognize that there are a couple of things in me. One, I was not being my authentic self. Let's start there. Okay? Let's start there. Okay? And if I started out being my authentic self, at some point in time, it changed. Okay? So, that's one place where I can raise my hand and say, yep, amen, yep, I'm guilty. No doubt about it. I've done that before. Yep, yep. I'll take that hat. I'll take that whatever bandage. What I was going to say bandage. Someone might need a bandage. I'll take that medal, whatever. I'm the recipient, or I'm guilty. Okay. Knowing the better route to take and not doing it. So knowing when to get out, for instance, but not getting out sooner than I did for whatever reason, I am guilty. Okay? Just like they are guilty when I showed them signs of karmic activity and they stayed with me. Okay? Because again, I have been karmic. Okay? I have been functioning in dark energy before. Okay? So yeah. Yeah. This flesh is by far not without blemish. So anybody who wants to point the finger, they can do it. You know what I mean? Because I'll be honest and I'll tell them. You know, I think about celebrities when dirt comes out about them, or politicians or what have you, or same thing, I guess. Right? Dirt comes out about they slept with somebody. Somebody comes out and say I slept with them. Trust and believe, Soul Tribe Collective. You can put this on paper, like Al Green sings. You can put this on paper, write it down, take a picture. I guarantee you, anybody who comes for him like, he did so and so, I said so and so, him and me so and so, down the road, whenever, for whatever reason that they do, if I accept or deny it, I can guarantee you 100% it will be the truth. I have slept with those who have been married. Yes, I have. Okay? So, should anybody show up, and I will be more than happy to say, yes, I did, and no, I didn't, based on the truth or lie spewing from their mouth. Okay? I'm not going to be one of those, and I will never be one of those. I'm not one of those. who's going to deny it. And then when the proof comes out, I'm getting Jones energy. What's her name? Jones. The track star. Nothing against her. The track star, Jones. Who forever denied using enhancements. And then confirmation with the startup of that drill or whatever that is. And then when tested, then was like, oh yeah, I lied about it. I mean, why do that? I do not understand that. I do not understand that. But I also understand that that's one of the reasons why my relationship. Let me know if you identify with this, collective. This is why I know for sure my relationship with Divine Source is different and able to be different than most. When Most High tells me something, I believe it. And I trust it. And I don't mean when they say, when I hear you're going to get this. I don't mean when I hear about a promise. It's easy to hear about the promise to adhere or embrace the promises. I'm not talking about the promises. I'm talking about the things of the things of divine white light. So when divine white light says, I am trustworthy, I trust that. And I lean heavily on that. Okay? And so that in large part helps me because if he says, and this sounds simplistic, I know, because, and to me it does sound it, to me it is, I guess. If he says, if we're told it's energy, so it's really neither he nor she. So if we're told, principal law is that energy will never leave us nor forsake us. If that energy says, I am with you even till the end, so long as you stay true to yourself. Some of you thought I was going to say stay true to me. No, not to God. Stay true to yourself. Your higher self will always be true to Most High. Most High's concern is your time here and the seed you plant here and this time. That's a revelation right there. That's a secret the enemy does not want you to know. I just pickpocketed the enemy. I just pickpocketed the enemy. The enemy has your eyes on. Religion has your eyes on the by and by. How does religion and man have you focused on the by and by? Or humans, I'll say. Man is what Most High breathes life into. So how do humans and dark energy, how do they do this? By telling you that if you do certain things here, follow this book, give a certain amount of your money, tell all of your deeds to this man, pursue the things and the programs, buy into the programs that humans teach you, that the fallen Anunnaki have created. And if you do a good job, there's a prize for you at the end. This is how humans have distracted man. Okay? And I know that ventures a little away from away from relationships. But that's what, right? That's what the bad ones, that's what they do. So we have to recognize the energy when it shows up and assess what I envision us scanning, physically scanning in energy, right? Like something like Demolition Man. Who remembers that movie? With Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes and Andrew Bullock and Sandra Bullock. And I don't remember any other actors in it, or actresses. But yeah, so I said it the other day, and I'm going to finish with this. Whatever you tried in the past did not work. Divine masculine, divine feminine. That is why we are single and available today, if you resonate with what I'm saying. Okay? And if you're not available today, that's okay too. You're on your journey. You may not be interested in dating currently. That's okay. I went through that. Yep. After my dark night of the soul, I did. Until I went back into my memory bank, into my Akashic records, and remembered some promises that Divine Source had given me before my dark night of the soul. And then I was like, well, I do want all of your blessings, Father, and I do want all that's available for me. I mean, I've taken on all of the enemy. Why would I not want all of the Dharma? You know, I've taken on all the karma. Why would I not want all of the Dharma, right? But I mentioned something along the lines of our reflection, or reflecting, I say, our reflecting gives us the yay or nay of what to do moving forward. And that's with every minute that ticks by. Okay? So if what didn't work before, because again, if you are single and available, or single and currently off the market, right? By choice, that's okay. Embrace the lessons and take them on to your next journey, solo or with your partner. Okay? So, I keep thinking about the lessons that I've learned from each relationship. I keep thinking about the person and the relationship, and I keep thinking about the lesson, and it's innumerable. I mean, that's a long scroll of lessons that I've learned, 11010 on the timer, that I've learned from relationships, both of myself again and from them. And that's the goal of life, is to help us, again, back to the layers, layer upon layer, 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 layer. Okay. And I don't like the diamond analogy, but it's true. Okay. It's true. As far as pressure is concerned and how it creates that gem. So, thank you so much, Soul Tribe Collective, okay, for being a part again of the journey. Thank you so much again to all of our light workers out there who continue to work with the chosen ones, the 144,000, the Soul Tribe Collective, the ones who are sent here to raise the vibration of the earth angels, light workers, star seeds, the catalyst for the movement. Thank you so much for those of you who continue to do the light work and helping us here. Whether you are law enforcement, you are, you could be on YouTube too, and you just continue to share the truth and help others grow and expand and become the Boaz of their family, of their generation, of this generation and their lineage. Okay, thank you, and yeah, enjoy your Tuesday, and as always, be encouraged.